Hello, guys. Welcome to this episode. It's your go-to code guy, Wisdom. And in this episode, we are going to continue talking about the for loop. Okay. So the for loop, like we said in the last episode, helps us to repeat, to loop things. That is, repeat things. Either statements, figures, whatever. So in this episode, I want to talk about the eval. Okay, eval function. This function helps us to strictly tells Python whenever we use this function, it tells Python to strictly take inputs that are digit kind. Okay, so it has to be a number whenever we use this function. We don't go on to when this eval function is included in our program and the user tries to use or impute an alphabet, it sends out an error. So we'll see that. Remember how our for loop works? For instance, for a in range, let's say we wanted to do something 3 times in range 3, right? To say create a variable for this because we want an input, of course. So equal to, we now use the eval, okay, before the input. Okay, we usually use input alone, but since we just want this to be the input to be just a number input, okay, so we have to include the eval in front of the input and use the input to say we want to tell the user input 3 numbers. Okay, that's it. And we are going to run this program now. Okay, and we expect this program. I'll do something before we run this program. We're going to use our new line method to make this program look sweet. Okay, so and then after running this program, I'm going to try to explain everything line by line. Okay, so let's run this program by hitting the yellow play button. So on hitting this, you see input 3 numbers, and then you do once, 4, it happens again. You say 5, it happens again. You say 6, and hit on enter, and you see the program is finished. Now, two things I want us to point out quickly. The first one being that um, without with the eval here, if you try to impute an alphabet, it doesn't work. We'll try this. Let's run this again and input 3 numbers, and we go on to use something like a T. You see, it displays an error or it outputs an error. Okay, that's the first thing I want us to point out. The second thing I'd like us to point out is that for this program, we cannot actually get a good or a fine interface or display of this program without the new line method. So we are going to run this without the new line method. I've taken out the new, I just took out the new line method now. You remember this from our previous episode. Okay. So when we take this out and run this, you see how this comes out. Input 3 numbers. You see, it doesn't tab into the second line, right? So do this. It's not looking good. 6, 7, and 8. So it doesn't look fine. So it's one thing to be able to bring out an idea with your program, and it's another thing to make the um, output of it look catchy, or should I use the word now, reasonable, or let's say fine. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's what I wanted to show us with this episode. I think that's it. So I don't think I've missed out anything. Remember this episode, the eval, whenever you want your program to strictly take inputs that are numbers, you use the eval. And then to make the output of the program look sweet, we use things like the new line method to achieve this. Okay, so I've not missed out anything, guys. If you are just joining us, this whole thing may look a bit complex for you. So I will encourage you to check out our previous episodes. I have over 20 episodes out there that you can actually get a good start from to give you a better understanding of what you've just seen. Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. And if I've missed out anything, I'll be in the comment section or the description. Bye for now, guys.